Hey there folks, Amiibo Jason here.
And Hero TJ, all powered up.
And welcome to another episode of Smash Switch Speculation. We've already taken a look at characters like Waluigi and Daisy and speculated what they would be like in Smash Bros. On Switch.
Today, instead of looking at a newcomer, let's look at one of the few characters already confirmed to be making the jump to Smash Switch. Nintendo's main mustachioed mascot, Mario!
Now, what's there to say about Mario that hasn't been said 100 times before? He's the original platforming plumber, one of the most recognized and iconic characters in video game and pop culture history. Now, Mario made his first appearance in Donkey Kong all the way back in 1981, and since then, he's appeared on every Nintendo console ever released, starring in Super Mario Bros. On the NES and its two sequels, expanding his horizons with Super Mario World on the Super NES, and making his 3D debut on the Nintendo 64 all the way back in 1996, changing the way that the world saw video games.
Mario has always been more than just a plumber. For the past 30 years, Mario's taken on practically every role you can imagine, from a doctor, construction worker, and even a sports superstar. With the help of power-ups scattered across the Mushroom Kingdom, Mario is granted the ability to throw fireballs, become larger than life, and even attain invincibility. Mario's depiction in the Smash series takes advantage of Mario's diverse skill set. Mario 64 introduces new acrobatics to Mario's aerial arsenal that have since become series staples, including the triple jump, long jump, and backflip, which have gone a long way to influencing the way Mario moves in Smash since the 64. His neutral special harkens back to one of his most classic upgrades, the Fireball. His forward special is a cape whip taken straight out of Super Mario World, and his down special incorporates his friend Flood from his GameCube outing, Super Mario Sunshine.
But since the launch of Super Mario Odyssey last year, Mario, in a manner of speaking, now has the power to become almost anything he wants. Not only does he have access to dozens of costumes spanning the entirety of Mario's entire video game career, with the help of Cappy, he can even capture enemies and transform into something new altogether.
Capture? You mean possess? Hijacking another being's body without their permission and appropriating them for your own purposes? Maybe a better name for Cappy would be creepy.
So, what changes do we expect to see from Mario in Smash Bros. On Switch, and how might they be implemented? I think TJ and I have a few ideas about what that could look like. Well, the most obvious addition to Mario in Smash would be the inclusion of Cappy. While it might be difficult to include all of Cappy's moves in Smash, I think I have a few ways about how Cappy could be implemented. First of all, let's talk about the Capi Jump. In Super Mario Odyssey, Mario can throw Cappy through the air and vault over him, giving him the ability to scale massive gaps or access hard-to-reach areas that are just way too difficult to get to with a standard jump. In Super Smash Bros., Mario could use the same mechanic as his Super Jump, giving him the ability to jump back on a platform or dodge projectile attacks. This would definitely be the easiest way to incorporate Cappy in Smash without having to do a whole new reconfiguration to Mario. But you're not here for simple, are you? I didn't think so. In my Smash dreams, Mario and Cappy would be a completely new character, and here's how I think it would work. Unlike Kirby's copy ability, Mario's capture ability wouldn't capture Smash fighters, but rather give Mario the ability to capture bad guys. Mario would have the option to throw Super Mario Odyssey baddies like Hammer Brothers, Goomba Stacks, and even my favorite Pokio. These enemies have the ability to attack other fighters on their own, but if Mario throws Cappy at one, he gains full control of it. Each capture has their own unique pros and cons, but if used correctly, could be a formidable opponent. Now let's move on to Mario's final smash. I think you guys know where I'm going with this one. For Mario's ultimate attack, he spawns the power of the T-Rex to completely destroy any fighters who are unfortunate enough to cross his path. Now, I know a lot of this might be wishful thinking, but honestly, I can't imagine a world where Cappy doesn't make an appearance in Smash 5. Mario's Fireball would also be replaced with a Cappy throw in the same style of Link's Boomerang. Now, I can't think of a way where Mario would be able to capture other Smash fighters, so rather than possessing other players, Cappy just brings the pain instead when tossed at an opponent.
I know many out there would disagree with me, but I don't consider Super Mario Odyssey to have revolutionized the Mario genre in the same way as the first 3D title on the Nintendo 64. To me, Odyssey is just one iterative chapter in Mario's ongoing adventures, like Flood was in Super Mario Sunshine. I might even go so far as to say Mario Odyssey is in some ways reductive of what I personally enjoy about Super Mario series power-ups. Instead of, say, gaining the ability to throw fireballs, you assume the identity of a character with the ability to throw fireballs. The mechanic provided for some interesting encounters to be sure, but I certainly don't consider this singular outing to be definitively representative of the Mario series or of the character Mario himself. Unlike Kirby, imitation isn't intrinsically Mario. Mario as he appears in Smash is not specifically representative of any one appearance. He's an amalgamation of all the different Mario versions we've come to know and expect, highlighting his more iconic qualities. But what makes Odyssey particularly significant is that it is Mario's first big adventure on the Nintendo Switch, so naturally it would be appropriate and relevant for Smash Switch to incorporate elements from that game. I don't imagine we'll see any kind of dramatic overall overhaul here. At most, I think we're looking at a special move homage to Cappy, a Mario Odyssey themed stage, and maybe a capture mechanic inspired final smash. In Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, Mario's up special uppercuts his opponent as well as netting him some coins added in for aesthetics. One of the most significant contributions Cappy makes to Mario's platforming prowess is his aerial expansion, allowing him to jump farther than Mario's capable of achieving on his own. That ability seems to me a prime angle of attack to add Cappy to Mario's arsenal. It's certainly possible that Cappy could replace Flood or his cape, providing some useful protective barrier from, say, a 360-degree cap spin that might disable or absorb projectiles, maybe even giving Mario the ability to return said projectile, simulating gaining the ability of his foe in some limited capacity. I don't see a Cappy projectile replacing Mario's classic fireball, but I don't think it would surprise anyone to see Mario tearing through the stage in a Cappy-captured T-Rex final smash. It's one of the more notable and memorable possessions in the game, and the significant increase in scale and power follows with what is typical of final smashes, should they continue to be a part of the game, that is. A Super Mario Odyssey stage is a no-brainer. I would say fighting aboard the Odyssey exterior mid-flight is all but guaranteed.
So now we need to know, what do you think? What kind of Mario do you want to see in Super Smash Bros. On Switch? The old school iconic Mario to make another appearance, or, like me, are you hoping to see some sort of Cappy reinvention? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. And speaking of comments, last week we asked you, should Daisy be back in Super Smash Bros? And boy oh boy, did you guys have some opinions on that one. Let's take a look.
Savage Luffy writes, I think Daisy would be an awesome playable character in Smash Bros. For Switch, because ever since Rosalina came, I feel like she replaced her, and now she happens to be in everything way more than Daisy, and it just sucks that she got to be in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS and not Daisy. Sad face, angry face. Don't get me wrong, I like Rosalina as a character, but between Peach and Daisy, the original princesses, I just happen to like Daisy more. Smiley face.
Bunny Hop says, they should make Daisy a playable character in Smash Switch mostly because her unique characteristics and her lovable mood. Nothing can change my mind on this argument until she's in Smash Brothers. I rest my case! Edsel Warrior says, expecting Daisy in Smash? Too bad. Waluigi time!
Don't forget to leave a comment on what Mario Odyssey inspired changes you expect to see from Mario in Smash Switch. We'll see you next time. Thanks for playing. Did you notice that the exciting conclusion to the Me v Me trilogy has already begun? It's our final send-off for Smash Bros. For Wii U ahead of the release of Smash Switch. Give a shout in the comments section to let us know if you're Team Hero Knights
or Shadow Legion.
Join us for brand new battles every Tuesday, Thursday, and now Saturdays.